Hey writer friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I'm a writer aspiring to be a published author. And in today's video, I will be sharing with you, what the heck am I feeling? So if you did not watch my video all about my writerly life update, I will link that down below, but it was like right near the end of the video that I just kind of wanted to talk about in kind of more of like a chatty style setting because I don't really know what's going on with me, and I just wanted to know if other people have felt this way before, if other people are currently feeling this way, and just trying to come up with strategies and ways to combat this feeling or get out of this rut, because I really don't know what it is, because I've never experienced this before, and it's really kind of like not worrying me, but it's just been very frustrating because it really started during Preptober when I was trying to outline Project Pride for NaNoWriMo, and I was rushing and just could not do it because I was burnt out from trying to get the Celestial Code ready for Pitch Wars. And so, you know, I tried to hustle during NaNoWriMo, and, you know, I can't even remember how many words I got. Gosh, like, it's just because I've just completely blocked it out of my memory. And, you know, as you know, I've put Project Pride, drafting that on the back burner so that I can edit a Barbell's Riddle. But yeah, so I don't know what happened, but there was just something that just started around there where I just felt so burnt out, and in December I really needed that time to myself. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hustle, I'm gonna finish this draft before December 31st because that's what I always do. I always finish my nano novel before the end of the year, and that didn't happen, you guys. Like, that just did not happen, which was fine. That was totally fine. You know, like, just life has been kind of stressful. I've had like less time and energy, and just like, so I don't know if that is the thing, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. I was like super pumped, obviously, for January, for the start of the new year, because I'm like, hey, 2020, fresh start. I can get back into like my writer groove with, like, you know, I had my rest with binge watching Dexter, and like, I'm good now. Like, I can get back into like where I am focused and disciplined and just ready to just like have the writer life consume me like I always let it. And so I don't know if it's just this like unconscious thing, but my body won't let me. Like, I have tried just like diving back into the writerly life where, like, as hardcore as I was last year, and it just won't let me. So I don't know if there's like underlying things, like, you know, I am feeling defeated that I'm still querying the Celestial Code. Like, part of me feels like a failure. Part of me feels like I'm letting you guys down because I'm not being successful in the query trenches. And it's just totally stupid, but it's things that like go through my mind that make me beat myself up and kind of brings me down. And so, like, if I'm thinking that, like, you know, this manuscript that is so close to my heart, that I care so much about, is just like, you know, being thrown to the wind and I have to work on something else, it's just really hard for me to do that. And so I'm trying not to be stubborn about it, but I feel like when I go to write something, when I go to edit something, do anything writerly, it's like pulling teeth, you guys, and I don't want to feel that way. I want this to be fun. I want this to be enjoyable, because that's what it is. Like, it's supposed to be fun, and yes, it is work and it's hard work, but you're still supposed to enjoy it. And I know when I do sit down, like, it is enjoyable, but not as much as I like want, and not as much as I know I have felt in the past doing these things. So it's been kind of scary and just really not cool. I just, you know, I don't know if any of you guys have felt that way before. And like, it's, you know, it's whether I was working on Project Pride or working on a Barbell's Riddle, like, it just was, you know, whether I'm drafting or editing, like, I just felt the same way. Like, I was just having to work so hard to motivate myself to do this. And so that's why I don't know if it's quite like a discipline thing, because like, I have accountability partners. I've been messaging people and, you know, trying to find people to meet up with to get things done. And I'm either just so exhausted or just like, yeah, I don't know. So I'm hoping that I can like get out of this weird rut, because it's not this like depressive rut or this rut where I'm just super anxious. It's not like anything like that I've experienced before. And now I have tried to implement some of the strategies from the Happy Balanced Writer, because I have a whole chapter about getting out of writing ruts and slumps, and those have helped me immensely in the past. And I've been trying to implement those strategies, and they've helped, because I definitely have been doing more now than I have before, because I was like, hey, I'm just feeling really off. I'm feeling really bad. Like, hey, I forgot I have a workbook like to help myself. And I went through that when I launched it in May. So I'm like, it's been, 7 months since I've gone through this workbook. So I went through it again and it really helped me. But there's still some things that are missing. There's still something that just doesn't feel right. I don't know if I'm going to figure out what that is. I was hoping that I can figure out some sort of strategies or something, but I don't know. I just don't know. And it's kind of scary, because I feel like I've given myself a long enough break from writing and doing things like over the holidays that I felt like I gave myself that time to fill my creative well and unwind. But I'm afraid that like maybe that was the issue, was that I gave myself so much freedom and so much of a break from that now I realize like, oh, I usually like neglect my real life. I neglect my health. I neglect household chores, and that was putting a toll on me. So I think that now my body's like, no, you need to give yourself your self-care. You need to read. You need to, work out, you need to clean and do all of this that like I normally would ignore, which is not good. So I think for me now, it's finding this new balance for me, because I'm like usually on either extreme where I'm not doing any writing, not even like 10 minutes a day, or it's like, in the morning I wake up and write, and then at lunchtime I write, and then after work I write, and on weekends I write, and it's just all writerly stuff all day, air day, and like neither one is healthy. So I think for me it's just finding that new balance now with, okay, Holly, like yes, there might be some days you don't write, and there might, you want to take care of your health, so you want to work out more, but still find that balance where I'm not doing either extreme, where I'm neglecting either activities. So yeah, I'm going to try to somehow find this balance. I've been trying to like incorporate things in my planner with having my mission criticals, like the 2 or 3 things that I want to focus on every day. Usually they're writerly and I don't get them done, but so I'm trying now to have one thing that's more like real life stuff, like, I need to go to the bank, or I need to get my oil changed. And then the other side is, okay, I need to, finish editing this chapter or something like that, or I need to film a YouTube video. So I think that will help me balance it out. I'm a Libra, so I should know balance, but the scales can be tipped sometimes, and that's what's happening to me. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any insights or strategies, if you've kind of felt this way, not quite this writing slump or rut, but just not really feeling like yourself. Yeah, so I kind of feel like I'm like, outside of my body in a way where it's like, I remember who I used to be and I can't get back there, but do I want to? Okay, so you guys, I am currently vlogging today for my final push to prepare for Author Mentor Match, but I did want to come on here and give like a part 2 to this video, because there have been some changes since I filmed the first part of this video about just feeling, not like myself and not really knowing what to do. But I wanted to say that there's such power in just talking things out, whether it's with you guys or like kind of like to myself. It really was powerful for me to get these words out, because it helped me to better reflect on what was going on and to try to find a solution. So I am feeling so much better. It's probably been a week since I filmed that video, and I already feel such a difference. Like, I know that I would not be as prepared for author mentor match if I did not kind of come to this revelation and be able to kind of get out of that rut that I was in. So it was actually really funny because at work we put up like a positive thought or quote of the day up on this like dry erase board for like our patients to see in the waiting room. And I really love like coming into work and like that's the first thing I see. So, but Monday, the quote that the secretary put up was, "You don't have to have it all figured out in order to move forward." And like, I read it and like literally started tearing up, and I'm like, okay, wipe back the emotions, Holly. Like, I'm such an emotional person, but like that really grabbed me. That really affected me. And it's weird because the way that I've kind of gotten out of this rut, like, isn't like, it's like, it seems like a no-brainer. Like, yeah, Holly, just write, just work on your work. But I just could not do it. I was paralyzed and I didn't understand why. But that just showed me that like I don't know what's going on, but I just have to keep pushing, and seeing that quote really opened my eyes to that. And now another thing that also helped me was that maybe it was on like Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe, I was talking to my sister Heather about it, and I was telling her that maybe I just need more time away from like writerly things. Maybe I'm still feeling overwhelmed. Maybe I'm still, you know, burnt out and I need a break from everything. And I left her a voicemail, and so she like called me back, left a voicemail, and she was like, "No, girl, like, we have been keeping away from our works and progresses. Like, that is not the solution to take more of a break." She's like, "I don't think that's going to help us." So when I heard that, I was like, okay, what's the opposite of that? If me taking a break from my work, if I still feel burnt out from pushing myself with my writerly things, then what's the opposite? It is pushing myself and breaking through. And the image that came into my mind was Shia LaBeouf saying like, "Just do it, just do it." So I literally called Heather and I was like, "Heather, we have to do it." And I was literally like holding my arms like this, even though she couldn't see me. And I was like, "You're right." Like, taking a step away and taking a break. I have been taking a break, like not of my own accord, but because I was so burnt out, I couldn't help it. But what I need to do is and I'm like, you know, that's not working. So just do the extreme, like go back into being all in, and eventually it will level out and I'll find that balance again. Because me pushing myself, like, I know I won't push myself to my breaking point. And so it was like mind blown. I know it sounds kind of simple, but it really wasn't for me. Like, this, I can't describe it. I can't explain it in a way, but hopefully you guys can understand at least a little bit, because it just blew my mind that I was trying to push myself, but it just wasn't coming through the right way. And it was me realizing like, no, I am not pushing myself. And why I feel in this rut is because I love being productive. That is one of my strengths. Planning things, future, looking at, you know, being organized, all of that, like that, those are my strengths. And by not writing, by not being productive, I was just beating myself up inside because I wasn't doing that. And so I didn't feel good about myself. And then it just made me feel worse and worse and worse. But so being able to push through that and having that breakthrough was the best thing that could happen. So anyways, I just wanted to hop on and say that, because I was like, shoot, now I don't want to come out with this video, but I still want people to know that I went through that, and if other people went through it, they can learn. So yeah, so that's what worked for me. Hopefully the things that have been kind of stifling your creativity or productivity, if you feel like you don't have that motivation or discipline, maybe that will help you. It's true, like, I don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. I can be the best version of myself while still trying to work on myself. And so that is what I'm doing right now. So hopefully my ramblings were helpful to you. At least you can, you know, kind of see that we all go through struggles, we all go through our ups and downs, and sometimes it takes, you know, a lot of time to figure out what's going on and break through it. But I'm glad that I did. I broke through it. So, okay, I know I filmed an outro for the video before, but well, thank you guys so much for watching the part 1 and part 2, impromptu part 2 that I had to add to this video. So please let me know how you guys are doing in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!